All right, hey, BBYL. No, just kidding. So this is 10 years after like our old vlogs way back in 2010. And I thought it'd be like a cool thing to just sort of see our thoughts in 2020 versus 2010 and see like who we are now versus then. Because sometimes I look back at those and like I'm laughing because I'm like, what was I, thinking back then? But that's just how it is. And I'm sure one day I'll be looking at these and thinking the same. So it'd be cool to document like the 10-year change in us since we happen to be here and we can do this. It's pretty sick. So yeah. So like, I guess first off we can just say the fact that we're even both in Chicago, that's pretty wild. That we both moved out here. We lived in Massachusetts for our whole lives, and just moved out to Chicago, and we've been here for
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years now, and yeah. So I guess let's see. I'll start with a question, and I'll start with what's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday. I guess I do love the Christmas time, especially here in Chicago. They have, the holiday lights, they have trees, ice skating. It's been a really nice experience having my family here for Christmas.
Same.
So that's definitely what I would say.
It's not exclusively Christmas, but skiing is also nice in the winter. I like that too. And yeah, man, I love, especially being able to ice skate right under the bean when they'll have that huge Christmas tree right next to there too. Yeah, I like Christmas time here too. I think I would agree. I think that's my favorite holiday, Christmas. I know others might say like, oh, Thanksgiving, why are you forgetting that? I'm not forgetting it. I love Thanksgiving. I love Halloween as well. I've had some good times on Halloween. But yeah, Christmas though overall, even though it's generally cold, it's also near my birthday, so like it's like a whole month of fun for me basically.
It's true.
And this was important for me to add to our list of questions here because we had a very obvious answer to this way back, and I want to see if your answers changed. Who is your celebrity crush? I know who yours used to be in high school. And that was
Avril
Lavigne. So I want to see if you've updated in the last 10 years.
I mean, there's a lot of people I think are attractive. I mean, I don't know specifically. I have one today.
Just one of them. Someone you admire, even.
So that's a.
I
I
can start
haven't
off,
really thought about. Yeah.
I like Selena Gomez a lot. I think she's pretty awesome. Good singer, good music, good looking. So yeah, that's one of mine. Demi Lovato, again, she's awesome, great singer. You could of course go into actors if you wanted to.
So I was thinking of. What's her name?
Katniss?
Everdeen?
Yeah,
no,
from
I do not think that.
Oh, okay, I don't know what you're thinking of then.
No, the girl who plays Wonder Woman.
Oh my God, yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, that girl.
Yes, that is also, yes, me too. Gal Gadot is amazing, super powerful in the movie and in real life. So that's a good one. Nice, that's good. Let's see. What is your favorite movie currently?
Favorite movie?
Mm-hmm. And,
See,
as close to now as you can be.
Well,
like,
right.
Yeah.
With the whole pandemic, I mean, I haven't even seen a movie in like 7 months.
Last movie I saw was Sonic. So yeah.
I think what was one of the better movies that even came out this year.
This year, man, yeah. Oh, Sonic was really good this year. Are we only talking 2020? You think? Isn't that like the whole point?
Right.
Yeah. You can say 2019 too, probably if you want, because there haven't been a lot of movies 2020. Was 2019 Endgame?
That 2018?
19.
I think
Summer.
Well, really? I think that was
Right?
2018.
No, remember Endgame? You were in Florida and you almost saw it, and then we saw it together. That was last summer, right? Remember you almost saw it in Florida, and then you came here and we
I
saw
guess
it.
that's
2019.
That was 2019.
Right? I know. This year feels like 2 years. That was 20. Yeah, Endgame is on my list, of course. I mean, that was amazing. I don't know if anything else that year came out that was really good. I mean, like
I saw movies, but I don't really know anything that really stuck out. I'm like, oh, that was.
I know on Netflix. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but Parasite
Oh yeah, I did love Parasite.
That was really cool.
That was the end of last year, I think.
Yes, actually, and same with the end of last year, Knives Out. That was the one that had Chris Evans as well.
I heard it and didn't see it though.
That was a good one. I think I saw it twice in theaters.
I mean, I like Jumanji, but that wasn't like my favorite movie.
I liked it too. Yeah, I liked that movie. I'd say that's a good, decent few right there. So let's see. Let's move on. What is a hobby you've always wanted to try but you haven't yet?
I guess I'd say I actually been thinking about doing this is paddleboarding.
Ooh, is that the one where you're standing?
Yes.
Is that where there's like it's a board.
It's a board.
Like a surfboard
and then you
almost.
just like row yours.
That is crazy. That takes some good balance skills.
Yeah.
Do they have that around here?
They do, yeah. They have in Lake Michigan. You can do it in what's that? Monroe Harbor, and you can also do it in Diversity Harbor in Lincoln Park.
That's sick. Are they doing that this year, or you think you're gonna have to wait?
They are doing it. I've seen people do it.
So you could get on that pretty soon. That's pretty sick. That is adventurous. I feel like a long time ago, and this probably would have been my answer. Like 10 years ago, I would have said skydiving, but we've done that now.
We have.
So now I've skied. What now? Paddleboarding is cool. I never thought about it, but I'll add that to my list. That is cool. What else what's a hobby?
I've never done water skiing or surfing. Those are things I'd like to do too.
I did a little surfing. I'm not good at it. Jet skiing, really fun. I did that, but that's not like. I guess it's a hobby. You can jet ski. We did axe throwing, so that was cool. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can't even like think of more things I would like to do. I guess the water paddleboarding is pretty cool.
And archery.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. I guess that would be fun to do for sure. I was thinking like, I don't know if this is a hobby, but like going on, those like big boat cruises that they have here? You see them on Groupon all the time too. I feel like it'd be cool to do one of those, just go out on one of those tours and go on one of those and I guess just see more of the city if that's a hobby.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I've seen them on Groupon for really cheap, and like before they would do them too while the fireworks were going off. That would be but I think they're not doing any fireworks this summer. No, so maybe wait till next summer to do that. But okay, on to the next one. You ready for something deep?
Sure.
I have some deep questions. If there was anything you could do over in your life, what would it be?
I mean, I'm actually have been thinking about that. For me, personally, move here sooner would have been something I would have liked to have done.
Experience it a little more before 2020 happened.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that. I don't think I could have, though. I couldn't have.
See, I mean, I guess I couldn't have just because I had a condo, but if I didn't have it, I could have done it.
Yeah, like me in Worcester, I was dealing with a bunch of debt that luckily got cleared. It was all luck. You know that story. I just got lucky. That's the only reason I was even able to move when I did. I probably would have needed like 2 more years if that didn't get cleared. So I agree. That would have been nice to have experienced a little more sooner. Because we went 20 something years of our lives being in the same state, at least for me. But we did a lot while we could. We went to Boston, Providence, New York, and Maine even. That was like one of the last things we did before we moved. Go to Maine with all our friends.
Yeah, I mean,
that was cool.
I guess if I moved early, I would have just done that earlier.
Yeah, sooner.
So would have happened.
That would be nice. I guess. Yeah. Since the question is just if there was anything you could do over, it's not even about like just if in real life you were able to, but if you could, yeah, that's true. It would have been nice to come out here a little sooner. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll go with that too. That would be nice. I try not to live with too many regrets. So it's not like a regret, but that would just be something cool that would have been nice to do sooner too. Okay. This is back to Goofy a little bit. Would you ever join a mission to colonize another planet if it meant never returning to Earth?
I mean,
with all the Mars talk and stuff.
Well, right. I mean, I've always wanted to go to space. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, if I can like make a city, that would be pretty amazing. and new technology. And I mean, I am a fan of futuristic things, so that would be pretty cool.
That
I mean,
would be.
futuristic like transportation methods.
Imagine that. Gravity's different there too. They could probably get away with some really cool tech.
Yeah, you
Trains would
can
be
even-
lighter, so they could just go flying.
They could actually be flying.
Actually, be flying. That's true. With it being lighter, easier to fly. I would say for me, for that question, would be as long as I could bring like family or something. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to go out there and have nobody. I
Oh
know.
yeah.
If it was just you, like that would be crazy. He's just, all right, you're the first one going to Mars, and you are gonna explore and check everything out by yourself.
I don't even know how to be able to get there by myself.
You'd be like the monkey on the, it's autopilot. Yeah, as long as people could come, as long as it was like a group thing where they're bringing some civilization with us.
Well, we'd have to. If no oxygen. You'd have to have something.
Mm-hmm. I hope they can figure that. I think, and I don't know. I guess in the future, if it ever happens, my prediction is within the next 100 years. I think some Mars like actual colonization could happen.
I feel like it even happened sooner though. I mean, Tesla's already has SpaceX, which is becoming really big. You know, they're going to the moon and other planets more than they have in the past.
I would say more like not just like the first steps, but like actually getting a lot of people there within 100 years. Like really colonizing. Not just we're building. You know how long that's gonna take to do. Like
I
that's
mean,
why
I guess
100.
if you have all the countries in the world working together, it's possible to be sooner. I mean, other countries obviously like Russia and China.
Yeah, would they work together or would they just do their own separate missions though?
I mean, competition can make things go quicker though, because you want to be the first to do something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if we'll even see people, colonizing Mars. Like, if it'll happen in our lifetimes. In the 80 to 90 years we have left. That's good. I guess we'll see. But it'd be cool to sort of document from here and maybe every 10 years if I can do something like this and sort of see where we're at, if we're actually any closer to like futuristic travel.
We have hoverboards.
I hate those. I don't know if you don't know what a hoverboard is. It's just this thing it's like a skateboard that it has wheels. It's not even hovering. It's on wheels and it just goes back and forth by how you lean. I suck.
Which
at
is
them. I suck.
something, I guess, right?
Is it even hovering? What is it? It's just a skateboard.
But it moves on its own.
It's something.
If we have cars that drive by themselves right now.
I would say, yeah, like Tesla, that is some good technology. They move on their own. Some of them, you can summon them. You click a summoning button and it'll come on its own to you. But right now, they're so early on that like sometimes they do have a hard time. Like, let's say there's a car coming through the parking lot. It'll like stop really, really close. So I think they need to get a little better with detecting other cars.
But they have better awareness, and their error rate is a lot less than humans.
Yeah.
As long as the machining works properly.
Yeah, you just have to really make sure that machining is foolproof then, because if you have a mistake with machining, you could end up
Well, sure.
having accidents.
I'm sure you'd have to
You're
go
not
to
even
a
your fault.
mechanic and things more often just to double check.
They do get software updates and stuff too, which is pretty cool. Tesla.
Well, yeah, they have like, their own computer in the car.
So they could be like checking in on your car and making sure everything's working for you too, hopefully. I don't know everything. I know Sam wants a Tesla in the next, who knows, 4 years. But so maybe one day I'll have a Tesla and I'll be able to test this stuff out. But we'll see. All right. I don't know how we got to there. I guess Tesla technology from
SpaceX.
colonizing. Let's see. This is interesting. Hotel or tent?
Hotel for me.
You don't want to rough it in the woods. You'd rather be in a hotel in the city.
I would rather be in a hotel. I mean, there's some really nice hotels. I mean, if I'm not paying for it, then I'll definitely pick hotel.
Yeah, hotels are definitely more expensive than tents, obviously. I mean, I went out on Cape Cod once, and you can get yurts for like $20 a night, I think. And it's just like a glorified tent. And yeah, and you could just be roughing it out there for 20 a night. But yeah, you're in the woods, so you don't got too much around you or anything. You just got to really enjoy that campfire and marshmallows and mosquitoes
And bears.
bears. As long as you love all that, deer. It'd be cool if you brought like paintball stuff. Paintball in the woods.
You
That'd be fun.
could.
That'd be a fun activity to do while you're out there. Make it more interesting while you're in the woods. You should. When you're in the woods, you have to bring entertainment, or else it's literally just the woods and it's boring. You gotta make the fun yourself.
Well, sure. That's why they have hotels that have like hot tubs, pools, saunas.
Hotels provide the fun for you.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. If you're in the woods, you bring the fun and provide it all for yourself. But I guess the point of a hotel is you're paying because they give you the convenience. So yeah, they will provide the fun, and the city around you will provide the fun for you. You don't got to worry about bringing all that along with you in the car or whatever. Yeah. I'm a little of both. I love the city life, and I also grew up camping a lot, so I'd say I'm 50-50 on that one. I love them both. I would love to go camping again someday. I miss it, Would you ever go camping?
I mean, I have. It's fine. It's not like my most favorite thing to do, but I'll do it like once a year.
Yeah, there is something nice about just those calm nights when you got a campfire going, the stars above you, telling stories around the fire.
But you can even do that in a hotel. They have those fireplaces, and
Yeah,
you
I
can
know
even
exactly
have
what you're talking
marshmallows.
about. I know exactly what you're talking about. You can definitely, do that. That's true. That's true. You can do that too. But it's not the same as being in the woods. All those bugs and mosquitoes biting away at you all
there's
night.
definitely bugs.
The stuff we
in
love.
the cities.
Less here though, and I know you've noticed this too.
Sure.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't notice it until you pointed it out to me, but for some reason in the Midwest in Chicago, there are definitely less bugs than we encountered in Mass. For some reason. There's way less mosquitoes. And I'm thankful for that because man, I don't miss getting bit up as much as I used to be. Always had bites. Let's see here. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
To be honest, I'd say having my car carry a giant trailer.
Same.
It's definitely.
I also
was
brought
rough,
a Honda Civic
24
trailer.
hours.
Yeah. Yours was crazier than mine. Yours took way longer than mine.
Mine's older. I mean, it moved way too much. It's not meant for that.
I don't think mine is either. Even I just used it again for this move I just did, and it was making some weird noises, and my car didn't like it still. Yeah. That is one of the craziest things, and we share in that because we did that at the exact same time. So yeah, that was crazy. I obviously have like a million crazy stories. I feel like Sarah, our friend, could remember more of my crazy stories than I could. She was always good at recalling them for me. So if you see this, Sarah, put in the comments some of my crazy stories that you remember, because I don't. My memory is just terrible. Do you remember any crazy stories that I've done or been a part of?
At the top of my head, no.
Me neither. Yeah, I think you have the same kind of memory as me. I guess it was crazy when we were in college and we would that time we drove to Athol and instead of going to school we just left.
That was crazy for sure.
That was crazy. Those were some crazy times. This isn't that crazy, but just the fireworks. When we would that one year we just went to constant fireworks every day during 4th of July. That was wild with Scott name dropping. I'm trying to get everyone in here. Yeah. Shy, of course. Shy was always there. So there we go. I think I've named a lot of people.
You have.
And I'll name some more throughout this. I'm not just going to name names now just because. I'll name them organically. Let's see. What one possession that you cherish the most in your life? What is one?
So an item that I have?
That you cherish the most. An item.
I would say my phone. I mean, it does so much.
Does
the
everything.
internet, movies, TV shows.
Yeah. Calling, texting,
Right.
Facebook, Snapchat.
Especially during the pandemic. It's definitely been very nice to have a way to connect with others. FaceTime.
Yeah. I've been doing the same, with family and friends. Yeah, I remember even we did that, during the pandemic. We did a video call because at the time it was way too dangerous to be going out. It was in the midst of the worst of the pandemic. So yeah, definitely. I think I would say the phone. Yeah, if you have to pick one thing, the phone. Obviously, TVs are awesome, but
sure.
It doesn't do what your phone does.
No.
Your phone can do what your TV does and more. Yeah, that's a good answer. Phone. What is your most awkward moment from middle school or high school? Back to fun.
I'd have to really. I haven't even thought about high school in a long time, to be honest.
Let me see if I can think of something and maybe it'll jog yours. Awkward. I have so many awkward moments. I know I do. Middle school was the worst. I know that. I remember I had to shadow a kid when I came back in 7th grade from South Hadley to West Side. I had to shadow a kid and I was supposed to shadow him too. Like the school told me to shadow him, and then he started getting resentful. So like I was forced to shadow this kid, and then he was acting like, get away, man. Like, but I'm like, dude, I'm shadowing you. So he made me feel very awkward that like I was forced to shadow him, but he didn't want me to. Like, what the hell? 7th graders, so I can't hold it against him. 7th graders are jerks.
Yeah.
Controversial. Or maybe everyone agrees on that. I don't know. We'll see. So do you have your own now?
Yeah, I mean, I guess back when I was dating Jackie so long ago, and I had to play soccer with, her current boyfriend when I was her ex-boyfriend, that was pretty awkward.
Oh, I was there for that, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That soccer game.
That was pretty weird.
That was 8th grade. That was weird. Yeah. The funny thing is too is like, I didn't have your situation, but I did not like him either. So we both had the same feeling about him not liking him, but we didn't know that. We were both playing a game with someone we did not like at all. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so that's decent. That was awkward. Okay. When and where do you feel most like your real self? Philosophical question.
I mean, we've been talking about this for a little bit. I feel like New York.
That's where you feel like the most like you? Well, is that where you feel the most you, or is that just where you want to be the most?
I mean, even when I'm there, it just feels like home.
It feels like home. That's another question on you. So that's where it feels like home to you too?
It does. I mean, honestly, we went there last year.
That was great. Oh, that was great.
It was great to go back there. I mean, I've been there a couple times since, and every time it's just, amazing memories. It's, things I miss. Of course, I love it here, but, there was my first big city going and exploring, and there's so many things I have yet to even see.
It has so much. There's so much to do. That's the thing. It's like the biggest. It's the number one city for a reason. It's huge. It's got a lot of things to do. That makes sense. I get it.
Then I loved Halal Guys.
What is it?
The Halal Guys.
Oh, the Halal Guys. That was they have some good food. I remember that.
They do.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Like that was cool. It was very eye-opening for me a year ago when we went out there, because we made sure not to do any of the usual stuff we would do. Because in the past we would be like, let's hit up Times Square, and then we'll go over to Rockefeller Center. Like we just did the same things every time we went there. That time we spent almost a week there, and we really explored like more of Brooklyn.
I mean, we went to all the different boroughs basically, except
Queens,
for Staten Island.
Not Staten. We've been there once, and we know stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a Primark now.
There is.
So yeah, that I feel like that's fine that we didn't go there. But yeah, it was eye-opening. They have like anything wherever you live now in the world. You probably can find that same thing in New York City. You're probably not missing out if you move there. You got it all. That was eye-opening. Yeah, you're not missing any. They even have mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are like, oh, cities, they don't have enough nature. Not true. I know that not only from Chicago, of course we have nature here too, but New York City has a ton of nature. They have mountains. I forget what that place was that we went that had a mountain, but there was a mountain in the city. Like
right. I think it was in the Bronx.
In the Bronx. Same with the zoo. That was really nice. Same with the arboretum, their arboretum, with all of the flowers and stuff. I think that's some botanical garden.
Yes.
I'm telling you, anything you can think of, they probably have it, unless you're thinking that you want like a desert with pyramids. Then they don't have that probably. I mean,
you can go to the museum and see that.
The museum, they do have. Is it free, or is it deals usually? I think
for the American history one, it's free. But the Met now, you have to live in New York, and then you get like the membership.
We went there like during its like last month of letting random people come in for free. Yeah, or even like a donation. I think we did. $1 or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I'll answer too. That's a tough one because I know like when I think of it, some people will always say like home is where you grew up. In our case, that would be West Springfield.
Right.
Home, I like family is there, and so West Springfield means a lot to me because in Massachusetts in general because the family's there. But like home, like I right now at this moment, like I have been able to call Chicago home, even though sure I lived in Mass for so long, I can call Chicago home. But the way 2020's been going, Chicago's been not feeling safe, and you want your home to feel safe.
Ideally,
I hope after the election things get better, not even just here, around the whole country. There have been riots and stuff happening all over, but at the moment, I guess I can call Chicago home just because I do live here, and I have made great memories here. And I really hope after the pandemic things get back to normal because 2018 and 2019 were amazing. If
Sure,
things
yeah.
didn't get to be like this, wouldn't you say Chicago is awesome?
I mean, I still think Chicago is awesome despite what's going on now. I mean, even if I
just
moved,
less
I would
awesome right
still
now.
visit it.
Yeah, it's just less awesome. Like I had some of the best times last year and the year before that, and like now it's so restrictive. And I'm glad that we're making the best of it. You still can do a lot. You know, you can still go and ski. Even like now you can go ski in the winter. You can go ice skating. We just went kayaking today. We can make the best of it, but it's just there's some things that you can't get back right now, like going to arcade bars and stuff.
Right.
That's just not happening, in movies, really. I mean, I think next week I'm actually going to a drive-in movie, which will be cool, but it's just obviously not the same, and it's way more expensive, unless you bring a lot of people,
Yes.
and you can split the cost, but in a car, but yeah, I hope things eventually get back to normal. I feel like everyone probably can agree on that. They don't want a pandemic going on forever, so that's an obvious answer. But yeah, I can call this home for now, I guess. And that we've had talks of going to LA eventually, but I need to visit it first because I can't call a place I've never been to home or even somewhere I want to live. I've never been there yet. The one time I went there with you, we didn't go to LA.
really
We didn't even
know.
go to LA. We went to Santa Clarita, I think.
Yep.
So I need to see it for myself. But I'm excited, so we'll see. I have a lot of friends moving out there too. Some from Chicago. One of my friends, Matt and Emily, name drop, are moving out there. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. Okay, this is a funny one. This will be a nice update from years ago. Are you an optimist or a pessimist, and for what reason?
I guess it
You flip-flopped over the
It
years.
depends on the situation. I mean, certain things there is room for optimism. Certain things there's not. I mean,
That's a good answer. I don't think I'm one or the other anymore either. I think there's just moments where I'm more optimistic and moments where I'm more pessimistic. That's true. Is that what you would say for yourself too?
yeah, I would say that.
I'd say yeah. If I'm overall, I'm still an optimist. I do try to see more positivity, especially when people are being negative. If someone is like really talking negative to me, like something within me wants to like even that out and be more positive. I don't want to like someone have negative to me and then I'm negative and then what are we doing? We're just this like ball of sadness. Like, so I guess I'm an optimist, but yeah, overall I can be both. There's days that I'm not the nicest, happiest guy in the world. Some days I'm like, oh, what the heck, traffic, things happen, and I'm not the most optimistic guy in traffic, so we're all well-rounded people, I guess, in our own ways. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of the list. What are your career goals currently, or just any goals in your life?
I mean, I guess for me, a career goal is just being able to be more financially stable. I mean, I'm doing well here, but if I have plans to move to New York, I definitely have to do more.
Mm-hmm. But like we were saying earlier, in New York, there's more opportunity
sure.
for better money, so you might be in luck anyways and get a
Well,
job.
that's something I'll definitely have to see when I'm thinking more about it
Mhm.
and seeing if I can even get a job there.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity, but also a lot of, I would assume, competition too, being the number one highest population city. But there's usually enough jobs for everyone, in my opinion. there's never like not jobs. This year is a little tough on that one, that subject,
Right.
but if things get better, which I'm assuming honestly within the next year, I'm hoping the virus gets a little better. Things can get a little more back to normal. Jobs might start coming back. I don't know. We'll see. My goals, yeah, same thing. I want, my thought, I want to go to like online school, like what Sam is doing, and get like some management skills, so that I can go from more of like I'm a sales engineer right now to maybe go to like sales engineer, like the manager of them, of all the sales engineer people. And my job has a lot of opportunity for that. So if I can get the education, that'll just be more justification for why I'm the one who should get that job. So it's a pretty straightforward goal, I think. And the same, I just want to make more and be more comfortable and afford the lifestyle I want. I think that's all anyone wants.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to live in like a cabin away from everyone, then that's a very different view from me and you, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to leave room for everyone, whoever's watching this. It's not like our view is the only view out there. That's just us. There's other things you could want in life too. All right, time to really get into this. We've touched on some of these. What are your thoughts on religion? Controversial.
I mean, I honestly don't care what you believe in. I mean, if you can believe whatever you want. I'm pretty open if you're Muslim or Christian or Catholic.
Buddhist.
Right.
All
Like
of them.
it's. I mean, I'm someone who likes to go to different countries and learn more things from these people. So I'm pretty open to whatever you believe in personally.
Same here. And is there anything you believe right now, religious-wise? Not just how you feel about accepting others. Is there anything you believe, or do you have your own? Just like, are you just?
I mean, I'm not like a religious person at all. I don't really think about it. Like, I guess for me, whatever I do is because I've, tried to do it for myself.
I would say for me, I label myself now as an agnostic because way back I considered myself an atheist, but I realized that was because I just didn't understand enough. I didn't know the answers, and I wanted people to tell me. So since nobody could give me proof on religion, religion is about faith. So I get it that people believe in it and it helps them. I love that. That's great, and I hope it does that for you. But for me, I needed a little more proof, and people can give that. So I just assumed there's nothing. But over the years, I realized what it is even if there's no proof, there's also no proof of nothing. I think there's a lot of crazy, miraculous things that go on in this world and universe that it's almost just as hard to discount that there's something as there is nothing. I would love to think that maybe there's even a multiverse. Who knows? So if I want to be that kind of person, how can I say that it's impossible that there are higher powers or spiritual things out there? You can't be both. So that's why I go with agnostic. I don't know. I can be hopeful that there's something, then that's what I am. I don't know. I'm an optimistic agnostic. I hope there's more, and I hope there's great findings in this world that science or whoever can figure out, which could also lead to going to Mars and whatever. Light speed travel, who knows? I hope the coolest things that we've seen on TV can come true one day. Flying cars, all of that kind of stuff is possible through science and being able to imagine more than what we have now. All right, last one. Actually, this is second to last, but this will be quick. Politics. How do you feel about everything going on 2020 with politics and just what are your thoughts on controversial issues in 2020?
Specifically what?
There's Trump, there are protests, there are rallies, there are riots, that could be going on right now for all we know. There's things, just like that. It could be anything, that's been going on. In the last year, we had Trump pulling back on abortion rights in a lot of states and stuff. And, just environmental, climate change. Your thoughts?
I've made it known to people who know me, I don't like Trump at all. I definitely think part of the reason why the pandemic is as bad is because some politicians have not taken it seriously, and some states and people have not taken it seriously. I definitely understand why people are protesting. You know,
Yeah, we all have a
people-
right to protest.
well, right. I mean, people deserve the right for equality, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially the pandemic, I do understand why some people might be rioting. Because
More
there's,
frustrated than usual.
Right.
Now, to say though, I mean, I'm sure you might agree with this, but with some of the rioting, I feel like it's not always a thought process. You're not always like rationally rioting because it makes sense. You might be rioting because you're just angry, and anger isn't always the most rational emotion.
Sure.
And I don't know how much that's going to solve. And I know it's not really helping right now in the U.S. It's the rioting and looting. People are getting arrested and going to jail who were probably decent citizens who never had been in trouble before in their lives, and now they're facing jail time because they're just angry and they're upset about everything going on. But I just don't really know what it's going to accomplish. Rioting and looting the businesses. It might get rid of, especially in Chicago. Here's my thoughts. It's gonna run businesses out of here, I think, and people, if they don't feel safe in Chicago because of rioting and just looting and stuff, people aren't gonna feel safe to do business or live here, and they might leave, and this could become a ghost town.
Well, sure, even tourism. I mean, why are you going to go somewhere where you feel unsafe?
Where there's riots every weekend or every day, even sometimes. But yeah, that's been the biggest thing. And I moved I moved downtown like last week or two, and I moved right to where all this is happening. And it's just it's not helpful. It's not really good, and it sort of sucks that sort of with what we said before, that now that I have the opportunity to live here, it's at a time where things are just so rough, and there's a virus, there's rioting, there's looting, there's just so many things going crazy right now. And I will say, I think if we're going into politics, that a lot of this stems with the fact that there is an election coming up. In every 4 years, right before the election, things are usually at their craziest. I remember there's usually riots and stuff in the months before an election. Things usually go pretty crazy. This is more than usual, and I would assume that's due to the pandemic and due to the handling of the pandemic, probably by our president and city officials all around the country. Some handling it better than others. That's just some of my thoughts on that. I don't know how much it'll help, and I hope that after whatever these results are in November, that things can get a little better. Because I know usually, if we're talking about patterns, after the election, things generally will quiet down and become calm for like 3 years, and then you get another crazy year before the next election. So I hope, because this is a lot. This is too much, to handle, and I think a lot of people aren't happy with what's going on in the country.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same for you guys. That's part of probably why you're considering moving across the country.
Sure.
It's not safe here. And then these riots are happening all over the country, but nowhere near as bad as in Chicago right now. So and this could be happening all over. People could be changing their thoughts on where they live and just everything based on how bad this is all getting. So I hope it gets a little better, because I don't think this is sustainable long term, the way things are. Or do you?
I mean, businesses are boarding up or not even open today. Like, that doesn't create business. No one's gonna stay in a business where they're not making money.
A lot of times I've been saying it feels like an apocalypse. You're walking, there's boarded windows everywhere and glass broken. Like, what? Like, what is this? It's just, yeah. So yeah, that's, I think I want to get into that a little bit, just because that is what's happening. If we want to know what's happening in 2020, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastishly, what do you think the world will be like in 10 more years? What do you hope it will be like?
It's tough to say, because did anyone predict a pandemic in 2020?
We wouldn't have thought this 10 years ago in those vlogs.
Well, right.
We weren't thinking anything about this. We weren't even thinking about politics, really, actually, 10 years ago, were we?
Probably not.
How much? Like, I think we grazed it, but when we were 18, 17, we weren't thinking much about that. So yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean,
More technology, of course, I assume.
Well, right.
I could hope that in 10 years, this is being an optimist here, that things are better. You know, I could hope some of the issues we're going through today with the pandemic and with, racial injustice and all that, that things could be better by then. That things
I
get a
would
little
certainly
better.
hope so.
You know, that's just the hope. Of course, you need to hope that things will be better. I hope that I'm doing better in my life too. I hope, all the people I care for in my life are doing well in 10 years and are accomplishing their goals. That's the kind of stuff I think about a lot. Just that everyone's doing well in 10 years too, and that the world is a better place for everyone.
Yeah,
And that
I agree.
people take climate change a little more seriously, hopefully too, because it's looking like people are saying that it's not 50 years out, it's 15 or less. So we need to really be on that, and I've been doing what I can, but I hope more people jump on that and really take it seriously, because if we really don't want to be forced into changing planets, because it's falling apart. Did you mention any of your 10-year goals? Thoughts? What you want it to be like?
I would hope more positivity. I mean, especially people who've experienced this lifetime. I mean, it is a traumatic experience for a lot of people. I mean, students are, not even in schools. I mean, it's been tough for everyone. So I would hope that, in 10 years we're more together. I mean, more unified.
Unified, yeah. United.
Yeah.
I hope so too, yeah. And I guess just any parting words, any thoughts, because this is a vlog, after 10 years of life. My thoughts are, it's sort of I know, like, who knows what'll happen next year. Obviously, you might move, I might be moving in a few years somewhere else. That happens in life. People don't always end up in the same place forever. But like you said, and like I've been doing with my other friends, like Rich, Vicky, Scott, who's calling me now. I guess he can get on it. That's sort of fun, isn't it? Hey Scott, we're doing I'm with Chris right now, and we're actually recording a video, a vlog. So you made it on, man.
Nice.
Yeah, you did it.
Am I on speaker or something?
Yeah, you're on speaker. So you're in our vlog. You made it. This is our vlog. You know how we used to do vlogs 10 years ago? So this is like 10 years later to see who we are as today,
Well, I guess I should not have this conversation then.
No, I'll call you back in like 10 minutes, okay? But you made it on,
I'm
man.
about to die.
Oh boy.
I guess I'll head home and you can call me then.
Okay, I'll call you in a few.
Bye.
See you. All right, Scott made it on. But yeah, name drops, Vicky, all these people, that we've been friends with for a long time, and Rich for me, and Dennis, and just tons of people that I've been able to keep in contact. The whole point of this is through technology, like we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing, maybe even if we don't live in the same place forever, that can't be expected, especially with people like us. We are people who want to live the best out of life. We've never been people who are going to stay in one place, are we?
Right.
So if that happens, I get it, We may not stay in the same place, but we can stay in contact. Rich lives in Florida, and I've had video calls with Rich where we watch movies together sometimes. Like, it can be done, And so I think that's one of the great things about technology too, is you can be far apart, but you can still do things together and be friends. Doesn't matter. And of course, you can even do things like arrange trips where you both meet somewhere cool. You've talked about that many times.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to Vegas. All right, let's all go to Vegas, and boom. We can visit somewhere cool, somewhere different. So that's thoughts for the future, in my opinion. Who knows if that's what happens next year or in the next couple years, even for me, if I move, we can make it work, right?
I agree, for sure.
I don't see why we can't long term. We've made it 10 years, I think we can do it, no matter what. So there is to 10 years. We did vlogs 10 years ago. We were friends 10 years ago. We were friends before that 10 years. We were friends since 7th grade. And I would say here's to hoping for more years, no matter where we end up or what we're doing in life. Any parting words for you? And is that a good place?
I think that's a good
All right. Well, here's to the future. Let's hope. You know what? And if who knows what 10 years from now is going to be like. But maybe we can try and get together whenever and see if we can do something like this in another 10 years and see who we are then. Wouldn't that be sick?
That would be.
So let's see. Yeah. Cheers to the next 10 years. Peace.